Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, GoldPaydirtReviews.com, and as you can see, I am continuing Gold Palooza. It's been a few days, been a hectic week, really hot. I was trying to take a break and I never should have because now the temperatures went up 20 degrees, so 100 degrees in my shed right now, but I really wanted to do another video, and I still got to do the XL soon, but I really wanted to try and get this video out today because today is Lynch Mining's last day for their sale, so I figured I'd at least get one more review up before it ends. Hopefully, unless something goes wrong and I can't upload this in time, this should be up by tonight. So, get right to it. Lynchmining.com, this is their black label reserve pay dirt. It's guaranteed to have at least 1 gram of gold. It costs typically $75 for the jar. It's $72.50 if you buy the bag. Right now, though, like I said, this is on sale, so I paid, and what you would pay if you bought it today would be $63.75. Shipping is $7.25, which means my grand total for the day was $71 is what I paid for this. Now, this is compared to, I have reviewed the Lynch Mining's Black Label before, and last year I did the bag, and last year the bag was $65, as opposed to today's bag would be $72.50. So in last year I had free shipping. So I actually paid more for this year. I paid $71 for it on sale. Last year I paid a grand total of $65. It was for the bag, which is a $2.50 difference, but you know, as you can see, that's it. Couple things, they do have a description on their website. You know, it's a pretty detailed description. It's a lot better description on the jar than it is on the bag, but they both pretty much state the same thing, that there is 1 gram guaranteed. Up to, they've reported people finding up to 2 grams. So I'm guessing they range in gold from 1 to 2 grams. It also says that it's going to be 98% black sands. And I mean, that's the one thing I really do like about the jars, as you can really see that it's all black sands. It's funny, it's all black sands. It doesn't even look like blondes. It really looks like twigs and sticks and stuff. And you know, so that should probably just float up, cloud up my water, and then the rest will just be black sands that'll take me all night to pan out. So the description was pretty good. Like, you know, I like the pan. They're really slow on shipping, unfortunately. So let me open this bad boy up. Gonna try and make today's video a little bit better, a little quicker, just because I want to make sure it's up before the sale ends. So there we go. Lynch Mining's Black Label Pay Dirt, and I really like these new jars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to classify this down real quick and see what we get out of it. I don't expect to get anything except for maybe some twigs in the over 10. So this should be pretty quick. I'll end up stabbing myself. Oh. So that was fairly easy. Make sure I get everything off. And there is gold in there. I see a nugget in there, so that's always good. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is one thing I do like about classifying, because you always do see the gold that comes to the top usually. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. Well, you should be able to see that. But, so, I know there's going to be some gold in the under 10 over 20. I don't expect, again, to find anything else but gold in this. So, well, a little bit more material than I thought. And as you did see, there was some gold in there. It's kind of buried in right now. I don't know if you can see it. So let's do the under 30. So, and this is where everything really should stay in this classifier, or go through the classifier. So since the majority is just supposed to be black sands, I'm really expecting almost everything to end up at the bottom of this pan. Again, seeing some gold, which is always good. So again, really not much material. In the under 30, this is probably easily a bag you would not need to classify unless you really, really wanted to. Also, another couple things before I cut to go start panning stuff out is, so far, Lynch Mining, the black label, out of all the bags I've done so far, has had my highest ROI. Now, I'm not saying it was my favorite bag, because that is the Gizmo Supremo. And one of the reasons is just because it does have so much black sands, but then the gold is in the larger material. You know, for me, a perfect world, it would be black sands, and most of your gold would be here. But, you know, as you can see, there's lots of gold in these other ones, and it's really not going to be a challenge to take it out. I mean, you could probably just go in here with some tweezers and take it all out without panning. So, you know, what happens is you end up really wanting to have a lot of gold in the minus 30 to make it a fun bag. And last year I did have that. But, you know, if this ends up being a gram and this ends up being 0.1, it could end up being disappointing. Last year it wasn't for me, but, you know, we'll see. So, again, I'm trying to make this video shorter than normal just because I want to make sure I can get this up in time for people to hit the sale if they want to buy a bag of it. So I'm going to cut, and I'm going to come back with the plus 10 results and see what we get. Well, that didn't take long. So, one nugget, that was it. Of course I picked it. I didn't pan it. That's why the pans were not wet. I'm just going to do a quick little wait and see if we could. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from there, but I'll tell you. So it says 0.32 grams. Now again, this is my old hack scale, so it's probably not very good. I haven't zeroed it out in a while because I don't really use it. You know, it's kind of in here, so I will post on there later what the final weight was on my blog with some pictures of it. But, and I'll try, if I can remember, I'll tell you at the end what it was. So, that was it. But one thing I will say, which I tend to forget to do, and I did remember this time, is when you get something like that with that Paydirt, where there was only essentially 10 little rocks in this, I would essentially pick this out and I was going to dump the other stuff without even looking at it. And I looked, and then I realized you really should look at it just to make sure to pan it. And if you're not going to pan it, just at least look at it. You know, I used my trusty glasses and looked at it just to make sure something's not a gem. Because even if a company says they don't have gems in their Paydirt, you never know. It's Mother Earth. You know, Mother Earth will give you what she wants to give you and not give you what she wants to give you. So, that's that for this one. I'm going to be right back, and this is going to be the minus 10 plus 20. And we'll see if we get any gold out of that and how much. You know, one of the things I love about Paydirt is you can never judge it by its looks. Now, I did see gold in this when I was classifying it, but not nearly this much in that small amount. Plus, this stuff was hard. I mean, I thought, okay, it's going to be, I'm just going to pick out a couple pieces of gold, bam, be back in 30 seconds. It actually took me time. Because even though there was very little material, it was all black sand, and it was all heavy, and it just would not give up. And all this gold, except for these really chunky pieces, which are all right around the 0.1 gram area. I did weigh them wet with my junkie scale again, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm guessing I probably have at least a half a gram here. But the thing is, all of the gold here, like typical for Lynch Mining, if you're not getting the nuggets, the flakes and things like that are all really, really flat. So they all wanted to float. It was a real pain in the butt to pan out just this little bit of material I had. It was well worth it because I got a lot of gold. So I'm really happy, and I'm really curious to see what I'm going to get out of the minus 20 plus 30. You know, because again, it's a very small amount. So, I mean, I know there's some gold in there because I can see it just by shaking it around. But how much and how hard is this going to be? Because this one actually looks like it has more blonde sands than any of the other ratios did. So maybe it'll be a little easier. But until that point, just another little close-up, all the gold. I'm figuring it's about 80 to 90 pieces. So that's a lot of gold. Which means I'm really hoping there's still a lot of gold in that minus 30. So I'll be right back and come back and show you what I get from the minus 20 plus 30. Well, as I suspected, that one went by pretty quick. As I said, it was about probably 50-50 ratio of bonds and black sands, and there wasn't as much gold. It did float, but that one went by pretty easy compared to the other stuff. But still, I did find gold. I guess it's about 20 pieces of gold, and I'm still happy. It was still good results for, that little bit of material to find that much gold. I'm definitely not going to complain about. So it didn't take me that much time. So that gives me a lot more time for this. And this is going to be the beast. But just to show you, if you didn't already know this stuff, let me just show you the heavy. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention to where the camera was. Black sand, magnetized. I'm guessing if you just use a magnet to clean out this pay dirt might only take like a couple minutes to do. But that'd kind of be cheating in my opinion. One thing I will say, this is probably really good stuff to test out a sluice or gold cube or something like that, but just because it is so much fine material. So I'm gonna come back in a few minutes after. Well, it probably won't be a few minutes for me, or for you it'll just be a couple, like 5 seconds in between clips. But this will probably take me a couple hours to manhandle through. So I'll be back and show you what I get out of the minus 30. Whew, now that was some challenging stuff, but I was well rewarded with a lot of gold. And let me tell you, this stuff was really, really challenging. I mean, it took me forever. I mean, couldn't take any breaks or anything, so I wanted to make sure this video got up today. I mean, I had a little bitty magnet on one shoulder telling me, use me, get it over with. A little pan on the other shoulder saying, no, don't wuss out, just do it. So I ended up panning it all out. I was tempted by that magnet, though. But once I got my groove, I got it done. A lot of it, as I said, typically with lynch mining, they don't really have the real fine gold. It generally is right around the minus 30 to minus 40, but a lot of it. So recap of what I got before I cut to go to the next part. One nice picker, nugget. I guess that'll be a nugget. And the plus 10 and the minus 10. Plus 20, a lot of gold, about 89 pieces with a couple nice little pieces, that all weighed out about 0.1. So that was pretty good. The minus 20 plus 30 didn't have a lot of dirt either. Neither did the minus 10 plus 20. It didn't have a lot of dirt, but it had a lot of gold. This one, not much dirt and not much gold, but still had gold. I don't think anyone would complain about this amount of gold from that little bit amount of dirt. But as you can see, probably the majority of the pieces are in the under 30. So it was a lot of gold, a lot of work. So I'm going to go really quickly, weigh this up, come back with my review, my thoughts, and the ROI. So be right back. Now to the part that everyone's been waiting for. Final thoughts, the review, the gold, and the ROI. So, as you can see, a lot of gold. So far, the most I've found out of any of the lynch minings for Goldpalooza. So, let me go through it real quick. This is from lynchmining.com. This was their black label bag. It was 1 pound. It's supposed to have a guaranteed 1 gram in it. The gold spot right now is $41.71. The cost of this was $63.75 in the jar. On sale from $75. The sale does end tonight at some point. Shipping was $7.25. So my grand total I paid for this was $71. I recovered 1.702 grams of gold, which has a value of $70.99. So I got beat out of a penny for this, but this jar is probably worth a penny, so I'll call it even. So that makes my ROI 99.99%. Now my AROI, which once I sell it, is going to end up being 81.99%. So I really can't complain about that. I was really happy with it. I had no qualms with it. It was very challenging. It was really tough. I like the jars. and all that. So let me just go straight to my 1 to 10 review. So for Roy, it's going to get a 10, 99.99. You can't get any closer to a 10 than that. The A Roy is going to be at 8.2. Fun factor, definitely a 10. I mean, I had fun with all of them. Even though they were really, really difficult, they were fun and challenging. Value, definitely a 10. I mean, can't complain about that. Well, actually, the value is, I believe, was a 9.4. I'll have to look at it. I don't remember what I actually didn't write it down. But, you know, it's 28 divided by 3. So it's 9 point something. So the value is 9 point something. I'm sorry about that. The overall experience was a 10. Description a 10. They have been getting, Lynch Mining has been really working on getting their descriptions much better. The JARS description is really good. I mean, it tells you, you know, the averages, which is 1 to 2 grams of gold. I got 1.7, so definitely in there. 98% black sands, and it was about that. I mean, it might have been, mine I think was a little less than that, but you know, it's never going to be exact. So, but it was almost all black sands, is what I was expected. The quantity, I weighed this out. In total, I had received was 1 pound and 9.5 ounces. And this, again, as I've said, is 7.5 ounces. So I got 1 pound, 2 ounces of Paydirt. Paydirt packaging, giving them a 10 because I really like the jar. It's my new favorite besides the really thick Mylars. Those two, either one are interchangeable, but I like these. Customer service for me has always been a 10. Even on my fake accounts or my hidden email accounts, it's always been a 10. But where this falls short, just like in all the other bags, is the shipping with that 1 to 7 days. So I'm giving them a 6 on that. So the total score was a 9.4 for Lynch Mining's Black Label Paydirt. And one thing I will say too is with the Roy, it's just showing you how being on sale helped. If it wouldn't have been on sale, my Roy would have ended up being 86% instead of 100. So that extra 14% is what their profit was, I'm guessing, by it being on sale and me getting a larger bag, one of the better bags. So I'm really happy with it. I cannot complain. And I'm really looking forward to my next review for Goldpalooza, which will be the XL Reserve Paydirt. And, you know, so I guess that's going to be it. I'm trying to make this one really quick so I can get to my next review and make sure this one's up tonight while they're still on sale. So I appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, share, and subscribe.